guys, welcome back to Dinner with Drew. Today, you guys, we have chicken and rice burritos, and this one has chicken rice and some supposedly melted cheese on top. I put these in the toaster oven, and then these are all the chips I had left. And then of course, oops, it's our Dr. Pepper. So let me tell you guys what happened. By the title, this is very interesting. Okay, so you can see it's a little toasted on the top. Like I said, this didn't really melt that much, but we're gonna work with it. Let me take a bite of this one first. Chicken and rice. My avocado wasn't ready yet. So I was like, I'm not even gonna try to bother to open it because then I won't be able to use it later. So it's gonna be kind of dry, but that's okay because let me tell you what happened. So, okay, so Saturday morning, I wake up early as usual. And I was like, let me get a video out by 8 o'clock a.m. I'm doing a video like normal. And right when it's ready to post, it just like is going slow. So I'm like, oh great, the internet's messed up, but sometimes it happens. So it's not stopping. So, you know, it's just doing that. So then I go, oh my gosh, I bet you the power's out. So I check my light, power's out. So I'm like, great. So I'm like, oh, well, our power goes out all the time. You guys, like, we're used to it, but sometimes it goes off for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 45 minutes. Sometimes it just flashes on and off in like 5 seconds. So I was like, oh, I'll be back on and like soon. So I'm like telling my sister, hey, internet's not working. So she goes on the Edison website and it says power outage from 7:48 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We're like, oh, great. So I'm like, the fridge will hold for 4 hours. Plus it was really cold and rainy. So that's okay. But as time went on, there was like no updates on the website. And so now we're starting to like chat with the other neighbors, like who's affected, because it said 66 customers are affected. So we're like, you know, going outside like, oh, is this person, like we kind of were like chatting like who's affected. So at 2 o'clock, like we don't see anyone out here trying to fix anything. So a while after, my phone now was dead. So I have to go sit in my car to charge it. And I'm sitting outside the garage. And so then I asked one of the neighbors across, I'm like, hey, is your power out? He's like, yeah. So we were talking a little bit, and like I was on the phone with my sister, so she's like, I'm gonna come down too. So we were just like chatting for a little bit. So now it's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, but the freezer is already melted, and like I can't even go ask the neighbor because the neighbor I went to ask, hers is also out too. So I'm like, great, all of us are out around each other. So then my mom lives too far to go take groceries up there to bring it back. So anyways, so we're just like, oh my goodness, you know. So by this time, it's now late, like 4 something. And so the neighbor in the end has a generator. And I was like, I wonder if we should get a generator because it's for something and they still haven't come yet. So there's a new update. It says now to 11:30. So I was like, I'm calling Home Depot. I call Home Depot. I'm like, hey, do you have any generators we can rent? Blah, blah, blah. So we go down there and like, by the time I get back, it's literally like almost dark. So like, we need to hurry up and get the generator on or get the candles ready. And so my sister kind of wanted to leave, but I didn't because I don't know, something about coming home to a dark house versus being in the house already. It was just scary. So, go with the generator. The guy tells us how to start it and all that stuff. So we have the garage up, have a generator, got the cord through the whole house. We're charging our phones, and then I plug in the refrigerator because I wanted that charge because you know how my vegan stuff is so sensitive. So I had already taken out my vegan butter, vegan cheese, and my vegan ranch and put in a cooler, but it only lasts so long, right? By that time, freezer was done. The refrigerator was still cold for a while. Because, you know, it was shut and it was cold outside. So it stayed cold for a while, past those 4 hours for sure. So we're hooking everything up. And we're like, we're going to run this thing to like 9 o'clock. Because one, it's loud and annoying. Two, no one's going to stay up all night. So we're like, we run it to 9 and then we'll only have like 2.5 hours without power. So that's what we do. So like, we're like, you know, got the candles on and just like in my room, and I'm just like, okay. You know, now you can't even read a book because it's dark. So I'm just like, about like almost gonna go to sleep. And that's another thing, I didn't want to fall asleep with the candles on. So I just made sure I blew the candles out, and then I ended up falling asleep. So I had left on one light upstairs and my light in my closet, so I know when the lights came on. Do you know, all of a sudden I hear like trucks, and then my light flicked on 1:42 a.m. It's like 18 hours without power. I was like, next time, I'm not gonna wait. After 4 hours, if it doesn't come back on, I'm gonna ask our friend's mom, can we put it in her freezer? And I mean, you can't save everything, but I tried to. I mean, like I had like 3 packs of like vegan chicken tenders and popcorn chicken and patties, frozen fries. I had ice cream that melted, my vegan bacon, corn, frozen corn. Like I was just like so bad because I lost all that. So I went to the store just to pick up like a few things, like a pack of chicken tenders and stuff. But oh my goodness. Like I said, some people they're having to go out. I don't understand. But it's funny because like we didn't really see anyone, like, but I feel like some people just left because we didn't hear a peep out of them. Like, we didn't see them leaving or anything. And then some of us obviously stayed. Because really, you didn't know what time it was going to come back on. So if we would have thought, like say we would have left and then we like got home like around 11:30, it wouldn't have been on. So we would have come home to a dark house, which is scary. Versus already been here, you know? Honestly though, it was such a long day. I fell asleep. Like, maybe after 10. Because, like I said, we turned the generator off at 9, brought everything in the house, closed everything, locked it down, and I felt gross, so I took a shower, so I put the candle in there, took a shower real quick, and then shortly after, I was like knocked out. But I tell you, and so one of the neighbors asked him if his power goes out a lot. He said no, maybe once or twice since they lived here. I don't know why our unit is messed up. It's so annoying. It's like 2 buildings down, so when power go out on maybe one side, but then the other side it isn't. Like, what? Then my sister ended up asking another neighbor that lives further. I said, no, his power was fine. So it was just kind of a hassle, but I'm glad I only lasted one day. I mean, almost was 24 hours. And we were trying to keep up, checking that website for updates. So it was just a tiring, exhausting day. Honestly, during the day, it's fine, but not during the day, it's fine. But like, anywho, that was my ordeal. Glad it's over. Done. Lights are on. TV's on. I'm like, trying to catch up on the missing all the shows I missed in the one day that it was out. But yeah, because my cell phone, I didn't charge it the night before, so it wasn't fully charged. So I'm like, oh great, so I wasn't really using it. But then it just got to a point where it obviously died because I had to use it sometime. So, and I don't want to sit in my car and just have the car on charge and it just sitting there, you know? So like, if I'm driving it's one thing, but just to sit there, I didn't like doing that. So I'm glad we were able to charge it and stuff, because you want to have a phone. You don't want to be without a phone, and you know, so. Anyways, I feel like I'm just rambling now. So from now on, I guess I'm just gonna be buying like for the week. I'm not gonna try to stock up on some things. That's the whole point. So you don't have to go to the grocery store every week. But I guess I'm just gonna do that instead, just to be on the safe side. That way you're not gonna lose a whole freezer and a fridge of food. And I have fresh eggs. I just thought about that because I was gonna bake some stuff. I don't want to talk about it anymore because it makes me upset. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.